I really want to be honest.
Yeah, we said we'd be honest. We said we'd talk about the highs and the lows of our journey.
Well, yeah.
So we've got 48 hours until we leave Eden, and as you can see from the kitchen, it's a little bit chaotic.
It is.
And we're both feeling a lot of emotion today.
Yeah.
What kind of emotion?
What kind of emotion? Have a guess.
Well, it could be any. It could be excitement, it could be enthusiasm, it could be all sorts of stuff. Anyway, for me, the emotion that I'm feeling right now is, the emotion I'm feeling right now is waves of grief.
Yeah.
Have been coming over this morning. I've been in tears a couple of times, and just, for me, it's like I'm packing up the kitchen, and it's the kitchen. I'm a feeder. I like feeding people. The kitchen is the centre of the heart of our home, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, it's like packing up the boxes. And the other thing that's coming up, or everything from the kitchen, and the thing that's really coming up for me is the not knowing where we're going to unpack it. You know, so normally when you move house, you know, okay, well, we're moving to that, and you've got that excitement of that new house. And even though we're moving to something lovely, we actually just don't know what it is. So that's kind of making me a bit wobbly today. And just saying goodbye to our beautiful home here, and all the memories that we have in this kitchen and in our home. And yeah, so there's sadness for me.
There is. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, that's the emotion I am experiencing, or have been experiencing a little bit, is a little bit of sadness, just leaving. I suppose not just the building, but what we've created here. Because I think that's more important to us than the actual structure. It's what we've created energetically, and what reflects, I suppose, our love for the place. So yeah, kind of leaving all that. And it's nice in one sense to leave it to someone else who's going to move into this space. But there's obviously, for me, a bit of sadness attached to leaving it. I think for me as well, there's also a little bit, I've realised, a little bit of anxiety in the not knowing. Because as I'm packing stuff away, okay, does that go in the motorhome, which goes with us, or does that go into long-term storage? Oh, how long is long-term storage going to be? You know, there's something I'd like to see in 2 months' time. Oh, it could be 6 months before we take it out of long-term storage. I don't know. So I think there's a little bit of anxiety as well around the unknown, which is unusual for me, to be honest. So I'm not feeding it with my mind, because I don't do that anymore. But I'm just interested in the reaction of the anxiety. And yeah, it's, as usual, it's a younger version of me that's, you know, I'm connecting in with a little boy, maybe that was a little bit anxious sometimes when things weren't very clear as regards what was going to happen next in terms of the family, whether it was a move or so on. I remember moving at the age of 7 from Clondalkin to Rathfarnham, and just not knowing where we were going and how it was going to be. And I was sent off to my auntie, I think, for overnight and so on. And then I arrived in the new house the next day. So connecting it in with that, just not knowing. And struggling with that just a little bit today. But as with Jenny, I think we just both have learned to, you know, stamp our feet on the ground or breathe into it, but bring the energy back into the body and just let the body process it. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing that I'm really grateful for, well, one of many things I'm really grateful for about the kind of work that we do and the way we live is that, you know, I'm not scared of emotion anymore, whereas if I was doing this maybe 10 years ago, I think I would have been really pushing it down. Whereas, you know, I've allowed the tears to come a little bit this morning, and they come and they last for a couple of minutes, and then they pass through, and the next minute it's like, oh, we're moving to France. So, I mean, it is a roller coaster, the roller coaster of change. I can't remember all the different levels of that. But anyway, today is, it's I suppose it's becoming very real.
It is.
Becoming very real.
With 48 hours to go, that's the other thing I'm realising. It's very imminent.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I can really feel my heart chakra here in the centre of my chest. I can really feel my heart, and there's definitely grief. And it's not necessarily an uncomfortable feeling, but, you know, it's just something I have to be very aware of, and to give it a bit of space, and maybe to stop the busyness and stop doing and packing and just take a minute or two to breathe. So I've been doing that, and that makes it easier for me. So it's not too hard. We're both good at feeling emotion and allowing it to work through us.
And giving each other a hug if we need it.
Oh yes, the odd hug. Yeah.
So we're doing fine, but yeah, if you're thinking about making any changes in your life, don't forget there's got to be a letting go. You know, there's got to be if you want to move on to something really big and something new and something exciting, you've got to move through the letting go and the grief of letting go of something Yeah, and change can be uncomfortable. It's not
Yeah.
always.
And letting go for me is a real heart phenomenon. So that's what I'm teaching on Saturday, is the heart in the HQ course. Yeah, it's all about the heart. We're moving into the heart in my long-term work with this group, and we're moving into the heart. So I think I'll be pretty acquainted with the heart on Saturday and letting go. So
removals guys arrive this time tomorrow. It'll be all the boxes will be taken out, and then that's us down to our little picnic table and two folding chairs.
And a full body massage in the afternoon.
And a full body massage in the afternoon. We've treated that's one each, not together. We decided last week, we thought we're going to need it by Thursday afternoon. We'll need a bit of TLC and a bit of self care and things like that, because it's been busy and tiring. So anyway, see you soon. We'll probably be on the road next time we video.
A biento.
A biento. Ciao.